if that doesn't make you look forward to the 150th Open, I don't know what will. Boys, just watching that, a bit of a lip-licking excitement coming up.
Definitely, Maz. To think the Open is already 150 years old and to have it at the home of golf, I think it's a good milestone to make it there. And, I think if the wind picks up, it's going to be interesting scoring. I think it's going to be hard, but it's always good to see how the guys play at St Andrews. And I can't wait for the first guy to make a 6 or a 7 in the Valley of Sin on 18.
Okay. Yes, lots to look forward to. I don't know if you've been watching the coverage that's been coming through. Golf are getting popular when they cover the driving range session. And I don't know if you saw some of the technology there where the trackmans were lined up behind the driving range, and you could basically see as they were practicing the flight of their ball and then they would impose it onto the first of the 18th to see how far that would have gone. Really, really good. 2 days even before the tournament has started, so you've got to be excited. Barent, excited?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the first big event that I know that I watched Louis Oosthuizen win. Probably the biggest of his career. Something really that I'm very excited for. It's my favorite event for the year. Like I just said to you guys earlier, I would absolutely give anything to not just play there.
That's not exactly what you said.
Not exactly, but in a nicer way.
Yeah, it R-rated because he was going to give up some body parts. To be able to play it.
His wife was going to kill him if he did that.
All right, I'm sure you can guess what it is. Hanu?
Yeah, no, Maz, like you, I've been following on YouTube a bit on the range this weekend, or this week for the Open. Saw the wind blowing yesterday, and the guys saying, no, they'll only spend like 20 minutes on the range and then get out to the short game because apparently they don't want to get used too much in the wind. From my side, I actually hope the wind's blowing this week.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some creativity and not just a wedge fest for all the good guys, just hitting wedges into those greens. So let's hope the wind's blowing.
Well, as you see, those are the guys who are on the show who's going to be talking us through what happened last Sunday at Waterkloof, where we had a big field, 96 players. We all got in, and the winner was on -5. And just missing out, and that's why he's on the show, was Hanu. He'll take us through his round, and we'll also look at all the little, what comes with it all, stats and groups and scorecards and pin results, etc., etc., etc. Then we move on to Killarney. Yes, I saw a couple of messages saying, are you ready for tomorrow? Another tournament. The Duck schedule never ends. We're back at Killarney, not back, but we're on Killarney tomorrow morning, bright and early. A bit of a challenge. Barent is here because he was working at Killarney for a couple of years, and he can break it down. So if you have any questions for him on how to go about playing Killarney, there's the man to ask. And then, yes, we'll get to the Open, and we'll have a bit of a discussion. Look who's the favorites. Find out what you are thinking, who you think is going to win, and how it is going to be playing, and some interesting stats. I want to go, before we get started and get into the show, we have some news coming up, and this is the news. Here we go. Limpopo will have a Duckhook event on Sunday the 14th of August at Corrow Creek. There's a lot of boys from Limpopo. You would know that Ewald van Wyk, Peter van Wyk, and many of their friends live out that side, and they make the journey all the way to Johannesburg to play in our events. So now we're going to start expanding. And this is good for some of us because it is close enough, if you really want to go play in this event. So we're going to be sending out the correspondence about Corrow Creek come next 14th of August. More golf. And let's see how it goes. So let's see how the support is for that. Then another announcement. The Players' Championship, our third major of the season, is sponsored also. And this is Champagne Sports Resorts are back to sponsor another 2-night stay for 4 golfers, including a round of golf for the champion. And that is a great prize once again. We had one for the Masters, and Grant Nell took that one, and he is off with his friends, and I'm sure his partners, to Champagne eventually. So, yes, lots to play for, boys. It's not like we're playing for nothing.
Yeah, it's good to see that we're getting some traction with guys sponsoring the majors. It almost makes it feel like a world-class type of event, considering it's Champagne is kind enough to sponsor it again. So yeah, it's good to see that it's actually picking up a little bit more momentum from sponsorship wise.
Yeah, we must be doing something right. I say something, but it's a group effort. Everybody puts in a lot of effort on the sidelines. I want to portray a little story for you. I was playing with Steve Saunders yesterday, and two guys were behind us. We were 2-ball, and they joined up, and they were very surprised at how friendly we were towards them, how inclusive within conversation and about the golf. And I could see the one guy was overly impressed. And I bring that down to the culture that we have created, where we're always accepting new players, and we have to entertain and have to make people feel comfortable. And we've actually we've done well at it. And if everybody does that, sure, we're doing a good job. I want to say hello to the people that have on the chat line. I haven't managed to get to you yet. Hansi, Haman, Awe, Masa, Kenneth, Awe to you too, and your Kenneth. Wayne says, what does Wayne say? Goeienaand, good evening all. Vanilabowski with his busted foot is soon to be back. Hello, good evening, Ducks. Thanks for watching. Carl, Rollins, Lekker boys, how's it? And then Monet, as always, good evening, Ducks. And then we get to Mr. Jensen, who says, good evening, all you Ducks. Hope you're having a bright evening. And it keeps going. The list of Leon Duplessis says, hello. Leon, what's up, Ducks? Barry Finn, top of the morning to you all. Yes, top of the morning to you. Jacques Gravenstein, how's it? Dean Sherman, how's it? Nice to have you with us, Dean Sherman. How's it all, you cuzzy poos? If you know what that means, if you know who he is. Jandre de Toy, nice to have you on board. Some Thursday golf looking forward to. Yes, Jandre, you will be looking forward to because you are leading the series. And we will catch up on what it all entails moving forward. Right, agree. Here we go. Carl jumped in. I must agree with you, Mazzo. The friendliness of the Ducks makes it much easier to join you guys as well. Yes, we put in a lot of effort. Wayne has also commented it, so keep your comments coming. Right, let's get into it. We've taken enough of your build-up time. This is what I wanted to show you. Before we went into Waterkloof, this is what the standings look like. Wayne Jensen was leading on 141 points, 4 points over Shannon, and then Jaco van Staden, another 2 points back with Jan Venter and Richard Stewart. Okay, Brits, Nicky Valencourt-Dani, there you are in tied 8th. So lots to play for. And going into it, before the round started, I caught up with some of the top of the rank series players to find out how it's going, what their goals is, and looking forward to the future. So this is what they had to say. Wayne, halfway through the season, currently leading Series 1. Talk us through it. What's the plan going forward?
Well, I will be honest, it was a scary realization that there's only 5 games left of the season. So I just hopefully to keep consistent with it. I don't want to say too much out loud, but I'm checking the 3-4 guys that's behind me. I just want to, the leagues, just make sure I either score the same points as them or score more than them. Then I know that pretty much you in the comfort zone. But a lot of concentration that's got to go down onto it. So yeah, let's just hope for the best.
What will it mean to win Sunday Series 1?
Wow, check, you saw me giving me goosebumps just asking that question. That would mean actually something awesome. It's yes, you win your leagues, yes, your majors are huge as well, but I mean at the end of the day to say that you're a league winner, that is something huge. I think it's actually something awesome. So to me it would probably mean something a bit more than anything else at the end of the day.
You are 4 points behind Wayne in second place. Lots to work in the second of the season. What's the story?
Maz, this is a very, very important game for me. Obviously, a 4-point lead for Wayne in front of me. It's going to be, I'm going to have to bring my A game today. So yeah, I'm just going to work on just enjoying the day, obviously, and just keeping focused and staying calm.
What would it mean to win a Sunday Series 1?
As you know, you and I had an interview at Houghton last year. You asked me what my goals were. So my main goal for this year was just to end in the top 10. So being second, being in the running to win a league, it's an awesome feeling. And yeah, I just want to keep it going. And yeah, if I can just stay steady and keep calm, I know I can do the job.
So we'll see after today how it all stands.
Yeah, thanks, Maz.
You're tied third. About 5-6 points behind Wayne. Lots of work to do come the next half of the season.
Yeah, into the business side of the Sunday League. So yeah, going to chase Wayne as hard as possible. He's been playing well this season so far, so we're going to have to play well to catch him. He's put a nice lead in place, but it's 5 or 6 over 5 or 6 games, so it's not undoable.
Winning Sunday Series 1, what would that mean to you?
Yeah, it would be good to be back at the top. Obviously been there once before, so I know what it's like. But yeah, just to be in the top 3, top 4 going into the last couple of the season, to be in that last 4 ball at the end of the year, that's the aim.
You're in the top 10, 6 points behind the leader. What's the plan? You want to win this thing?
I do want to win this. I think the major plan for me now is just to get my form, stay on form, getting my fairways with the driver, and taking from there. Pretty positive, actually.
Good. What do you think it's going to take to become the champion?
I think consistency. If you looked at the last 2 years, I think the average points on any league was 33, 34 points. So if you get your even handicap 36 points on an average, I think you should be able to take it.
Big game today, and what's the plan the rest of the season?
Well, the plan is to stay in the top 10 and hopefully go down a bit. And maybe if I'm lucky, win one day. It'll do me good, yeah.
What would it be like to get in position to actually win the series?
No, I don't know. You just need one of those days where everything works. And then I think you'll get a lot of points. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens after that.
You're tied 8th. Lots of work to do. What's the plan?
The plan is to keep it left. Because the couple of previous games... Yep, I'm talking about the drink though, because I'm playing with Frikkie.
Okay. What would it mean to win the Sunday Series?
Oh no, that'll be. Yes, what would it mean? It'll mean everything. It's my speed town. It's my hometown.
Yep.
I have to do something, yeah.
Bobby always got something to say and to be funny. Yes, nice sense of humour. And then the other funny thing was Wayne in the beginning, who was very confident going to Waterkloof and came stone last, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, it was hard to see. Hanu, myself and you did play with him, and he did have an awful round. Not much to say about it, but we'll see where he stands now in the standings. Right, let's see in the top 10. This is what happened. Greg Howarth won it on -5 after beating Hanu on a countback. Hanu had an eagle putt on the last, and unfortunately just left it in the mouth. 41 points for him as well. Jean-Andre Venter was running away with it. Donnie at 7 under at one stage.
Yeah. I think it was 7 under after 6 holes.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then I think he checked the live scoring and that broke him. Frikkie Steyn, another good finish. Tied 4th with Jan Henning. Leon Du Plessis, a good finish for him. Sean Lawrence, Cornel Erasmus, always steady. Jacob van Staden, steady again. And Richard Stewart, steady again. There you have it. What I would add, at one stage there were 20 guys under par. When we were on last week, we said that it's going to be low scoring, maybe -5. And that's what happened. That's what happens on certain courses. Guys play well. I found the greens difficult. What did you think of the greens, Byron?
I shot a great 83 for 1 handicap, so I absolutely love them. I did okay up until the 12th or 13th hole, and yes, my wheels just absolutely came off. There was no way. But the greens are good. I enjoyed them. They were all nice. They were true. Definitely enjoyable.
Great. Let's have a look at the winner's scorecard, Greg. Playing off a 5. So the story behind Greg, if you saw his interview, he used to play a lot of golf and used to be about a 6 or so handicap. And then he stopped playing golf, and now he had a good round of 77. So he was basically saying it's in with his potential. Unfortunately, 41 points is going to cut him pretty much back to a 6 or 7, I would reckon, probably down to an 8, and then he'll have to struggle again. So he's getting better at his golf. If you look at it, good front 9, only a bogey on the 3rd, and in the par 3, it blew out. That par 3 was very difficult for most, especially when the wind was coming across. And then he blew out the par 5, 16th. That's before the downhill par 3, which he made the birdie. That's a very good birdie. He must have put it close, because that green where that pin was very, very difficult. So congratulations to him. 20 points in the front and 21 on the back 9. Hanu, this is where you come in. I want to know about your round. Firstly, the golf course isn't long enough for you, matey.
No, I'm not going to lie, Maz. I had fun with the drive on Sunday. Was the best I've had in the last 6 months. I have been struggling getting off the tee box lately. And then I think on Sunday morning I was with Bobby on the range, and it was going left and right. And I got to the first tee box, not knowing if it's going left or right. And amazingly, it just went dead straight, and it hasn't changed course the entire day. Where I aimed it, it was honestly going. And as the round grew, obviously the confidence grew a bit in the tee box. And then, some really nice, some good strikes coming out of the driver on Sunday. I was happy with it. I was with Barend. There was a few holes where I looked at Wayne, and Wayne looked at me, and we both looked a little bit of complexed. But listen, yours nearly turned 90 degrees, and I'm coming from directly the opposite side, and I'm going dead straight out. So I also had a bit of a run-in with the greens. But overall, it was a really, really enjoyable day for me.
I just want to go back to your scorecard quickly because having played with you, you kind of got into a zone on the back nine where you were walking a bit ahead. Well, you're walking a bit ahead because you're absolutely bombing it miles past us. You had apologized 3 times to the 4-ball in front of you for hitting the green. And I'm sorry, but I didn't think it was going to get to the green. You were walking, you were composed, you were just doing your own thing. I could see that you were in a bit of a zone, and sure, you rattled off some birdies on that back nine. Unfortunately, about that par 3, just left yourself on the right, and like I said, that green was impossible if you're not in the right place. So difficult.
Yeah, I have to actually thank Donnie a little bit in this regard, and I actually learned quite a good lesson in the last 2 months. I went to Donnie, I think before Club Champs at Arena, and I said to him, listen, I've got these new clubs, help me with my distances, because I was making assumptions of how far I was hitting it. Went with Donnie for about Friday afternoon, got that sorted out, and just Sunday was the first time in a long time where the distances that Donnie gave me to say this was X, it was just going that distance. It was really an enjoyable day, and like you said, I was in the zone because everything was just going, it was beautiful to watch from my point of view, I have to be honest. It was just one of those days. I'll use an example for the guys that want to know, but when we got to I think I made the double on 15, after really having a brain fart, trying to nurse an iron in there because I was striping everything quite well. And then I made the birdie on 16, and we got to 17, and you still said to me, listen, go for this. You see, don't hide anything. And I stood on that tee box, and I can still remember I had 185 to that flag, and I teed it up on the left-hand side, and I had this nice shape in my head where I want to draw it over the bunker, into the wind, and bring it straight back down to the flag, but not like a soft draw, like the guys will understand, like a nice, one of those trackman draws. And believe it or not, I actually struck that thing so well that it came out exactly like that. I think you still saw it, Maz, and we were talking to it in the air. And I lipped that putt, and then on 18, I went for it. Hit a good drive just off the fairway on the right. At 140 in, and hit this nice little soft 9-iron, trying to get it to the back pin, and unfortunately left that one short. But like I said, it was an awesome day on the golf course for me.
Wayne just reminds us that, if not mistaken, Hanu putted 5 times for eagle. Is that all? Just 5 times. Cease. Okay, let's have a look at. I spoke to Top 5 afterwards and caught up with him, and this is how they wrapped up their round. Sean, tied 4th here at Waterkloof. Enjoyable day. How did you go?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Maz. It was a good day out. Had a nice fun playing with Greg. Greg played incredibly well. And a nice, enjoyable 4-ball.
What was the best part of your game?
I actually putted well today, Maz, for the first time since I started playing Duckhook. So driver behaved nicely and putted okay. So
well, you are up there somewhere in the series, so this is really going to help coming the business end of the season. There's only 4 left now, so lots to work for.
Yeah, you just take it one tournament at a time, Maz. You know how it goes. So
Good round. How did it go?
It went good and bad. Some shots. I think some of the fatigue took a bit over, and towards the second 9, which is the first 9, but it was fun. I got a birdie, or I can't remember if I got 2 birdies, but a few pars, and it went well.
We're into the business end of the season, so a result like this really helps.
Yeah, for sure. So it might put me into the next Masters, so that will be great. Then it means it's all of them so far.
You were at -7 at a stage, running away with it. How did it go?
It went well. vir die min goal wat ek die laaste vakansie gespeel het, het dit goed gegaan. Maar 3 blackouts het my gekos, so maar kan nie kla nie.
Best part of your game today?
Chipping and putting.
And then tell me, scoreboard pressure?
Ja, ek dink dit het dalk my weer 'n bietjie gevang.
I know. Disappointing.
Yeah,
Tied for the
very
lead,
much.
but you're going to miss out. But what a round of golf. You did great. Well done.
Yeah, double bogey cost me on 15.
Yep, you did.
Missed one on 17, a nice one I could have had, and this one just boggled on me on the 18th. So yeah,
So close. But
another second.
smoking it off the tee box, it was unbelievable to
Yeah,
watch.
it was fun, dude. I have to be honest. Today the driver was fun.
Well done.
Just a quick thing. You need to question on how many par 4s he drove today.
A few. Greg, Waterkloof, great game. First victory on the Duckhook tour. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good man. Erratic golf, bit of sevy there, lots of up and downs. Only 24 putts if you exclude the 2 blowout holes. So the flat stick was working,
Yeah.
the sandwiches were working, but spraying it everywhere. But that's the way I play, I guess. And it fell in place today.
Watching the live scoring, did you know what was happening, or you're just going as you go?
I was doing the scorecard, so not really watching the app.
Okay. What does it feel like to be a winner? You
First
beat
trophy.
96 players. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take it, but my true form can come back. I'm not playing enough golf anymore. I can improve dramatically. I used to play off a 6.5. I know I can do better.
Okay. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
This button. There we go. Like I said, he thinks he can do better. Ryan, snap that handicap. Boom. Right, let's go into some of the other things. Pins. The winner of the pins, Mark Borragera, was a par 3-6. Gerard Gerber, the par 3-8, sponsored by Strixon. Par 4 16th was Hanu, close to the pin. I think if we have to do a record, how many concept vouchers you've won a lot of them. So soon you'll be able to play all 70 courses on that simulator.
Maz, I have to say it was actually quite funny because Paul Rickett started this by taking the longest drive away from me and saying we should replace it with the nearest to the pin and 2.
Yep.
If I'm correct, I think this is my 5th session with Dani. I'm getting coaching now from Dani.
And then the 17th is Peter van Wyk, who won a case of a Golferade Hydro Sports drink. So well done to those guys. I want to just show you the best gross, just to put in context, the best players on the day. Hanu shooting 72 off his 5 handicap. I think that 5 handicap might be coming down after Sunday. Donnie, well done, +2 off a scratch. Frikkie Steyn had a great round. He was at one stage, I thought he was actually going to win this thing. He finished on +3, just faulted there on the 17th. You see he's got a 6, but really a great round. Sean Lawless, Louis Gerber, playing off a 5, also shot 76. Well done to Louis. Dylan de Beer, coach, 77. Richard Stewart, 78. Bobby van Spey, 80. Steve Saunders having a good round on 80, and Garnell, 81. Remember, the side leaderboards, that's where you find them if you want to keep looking at what it is. I want to quickly show you, did anybody else have issues with dogs on backswings while playing golf? No? Then it was just this guy.
That looks like Frikkie.
Yeah. Brian just said, as I came back, yes, that looks like a hell of a duff. It looked like a hell of a duff.
I can guarantee you that dog is calling Frikkie Ezekiel.
Yes, imagine he nipped him on the bum.
that dog was standing there saying, like, yeah, this mighty duck is looking good.
Yeah. Donnie, let's wrap this up quickly. You can go through the groups for me.
All right, cool. Group A, we can see Leon Duplessis taking it on -3, beating Leonard, Leon Oosthuizen, and Leon van Aarde. Group B, Jaco van Staden on -2, beating Wayne, Shandon, and sorry, man, you just moved that, and Jan. And then Group C, Grant now on +1, beating Frikkie, Trevor, and Peter Zach.
So well done to these guys who won the virtual groups that were chosen to take each other on. All get credit fines on our WhatsApp group, community group. Here we go. Let's go to the head-to-heads. Damn it! I cannot get this right. I keep trying to rig it in a way, kind of, for the blue team to win. Once again, the red team has done it. They've won 5.5 to 4.5. So Louis Jordan, captain, has pulled him through with Gerard Gerber, Louis Jensen, Ryan Jensen, Carl van der Meulen, Lucie Janssen, Glenn Williams, Bobby van der Spey, Martin Tata, and Peter van Wyk. Not all of them won their matches, but there it is. Anything that really stared. There was one tie, Andre Boet and Martin Tata on +1 apiece. Glenn Williams actually did okay. He's had a bit of a higher handicap, so he can actually not shoot +25. So he did well shooting +12. Yeah, he does struggle, Glenn. When he gets it right for that one hole, he plays decently, I must say. Gerard Snyman, that's what happens when you're not in the fairway. The dog will eat you. Yes. I'm sure maybe you took the video. You were playing a match play game. I don't know who he was playing with. Bobby was playing with him. There we go. Jacques said, add me to the blue group for the win. Jeez. We'll watch. One day, it's just going to be ridiculous. I'm going to put all the 30 handicappers on the red side. And all the other ones. We've got to pull it back. Otherwise, we've got 3 months left, and the red team, the blue team can't catch them. Okay, so the only thing to update you then is the series standings. I've got the hole ranks. We were looking at this. Sorry, just to move it. And I don't know. Yes, the pars all say 2, but I'm looking at the ranks. Now, the hardest hole was the par 3 8th. If you look at the 8th, right, stroke 15, average 1.2. So that was the hardest hole. But the easiest hole, boys, was the 18th, Borrens, which was that, not the 18th, the 9th, which is the par 4. Am I right?
Yes,
Stroke
sure.
1.
Yeah. I definitely think in winter that hole is not a stroke 1, like they say on the scorecard. I do think that you can get away with a lot with the rough being shorter and the ball rolling out a bit. So I definitely think it makes it a hell of a lot easier, in my opinion.
Also, I think sorry, Matt. I think also the tee was a bit forward for me. So, if you hit a good drive, you didn't have a long iron end. And I think also the pin placement that was front edge green helped a lot with that as well, because the guys could hit their shots or second shots close to the green, like a putt up or chip up, and from there. So
the 17th, the second easiest hole, was the 18th, the stroke 18th. So that shows you that kind of one is kind of right when it comes to ranking their holes for the strokes. Okay, I was getting to, this is what the series standings looks like. Now I'm going to put in before, still before, and after. Where'd Wayne go? Wayne gone. What happened, Wayne? So he was, I think he's 11th. I think he's like next to Edwin. So you can like poke him over there. But he's going to have a couple of hard work to do in the next couple of months, because unfortunately that score fell out, but he had I think a 28-pointer also fall out. So that's really thrown a spanner in the works. Shannon Schaefer now leads, moving up from second spot on 175 points. Jaco van Staden, 173, 2 points back. Richard's tied second with him. Bobby has moved up to 169, with Nicky Vervaardiger tied with Steve Saunders, also moving up. Oki moving up, Jan moving down. Donnie, you didn't move. And then Edwin Scholes is tied 10th. C. So there we go. On the website, the whole thing is there for to see where you are if you're not on this list. And yes, so lots to play for. There's 10 points separating the top 10. What happened with the player of the season rankings? Now, this is after Waterkloof, before Killarney. Cornell Erasmus has moved to the top, and Grant Nell has been dethroned. Finally, after about a month and a half, is dethroned, moving down to second place. The average is what we're looking at, which is the bottom line. 105.73 is the average of Cornell Erasmus. Richard with another good finish. He moves up. Donnie, you're right there, just short of 100. Vickers Lee, after his second place at the Open, still at number 5. Wayne is number 6. Any one of these guys who win something can potentially move up. Barnes, I see you there, also on an average of 85. Lots to play for. One victory can change the game. And will it go down to, this is the big question, will it go down to the last event once again, where they can steal it on a very, very narrow margin, 0.1 or something, as it has been the last 2 years. Half a point 2 years ago, and 1.5 separated the champion, the eventual champion. Donnie, you're close. Yes. This is going to be a best chance. You need to win something, man.
Yeah, I just need the game to just to click. got the one victory already this year, but hopefully we can pull another one. Just to bump us up.
Maybe the Players' Championship will sort it out, because that's 850 ranking points, if you don't remember. Because it's so many ranking points, because we have to play 3 events to get in to earn those ranking points. Yes, so that is Waterkloof done and dusted. We wait for Huddle Park on the 7th of August to be back in the running for Sunday Series 1. But now it is the turn of the... Where it is? It's the turn of the Thursday Series boys at Killarney. Come tournament time, the players will be greeted by now a chilly winter's morning with the sun peeking up over the horizon to greet us for this July's tournament at Killarney Golf Club. The challenge for July is the Killarney Golf Course, ranked 52nd in the country according to SA Top 100 Golf Courses. Killarney is a par 70 course layout, unique in design, narrow and sandwiched between 3 off-ramps on the M1 highway, featuring only 2 par 5s on a true, tight Parklands golf course. So, come game day, who will be on point to negotiate this central Johannesburg golf course? There we go, Killarney coming up in less than, what is the time now? Oh, it's like 12 hours from now and we tee off. Let's have a look at the Thursday Series standings as it stands. Genre de Toy is leading the way by only 1 shot, dethroning Donnie this time around in after Blue Valley. Donnie on 174. Plenty to play for Donnie, and decent players right up your tail.
Yeah, no, it's like there's a couple of good golfers behind us. Yeah, it's like we just need to see is like if I can pip Jandre again, to take that top spot. Have a good day out tomorrow, and somewhere along the line he's due for a little bit of a bad round. Not that I wish it on him, but I think there might be a bad round coming here or there soon. So yeah, let's just see if I can take that chance.
All right, we will see now what the course entails. I'll give you some. It's ranked 53rd in South Africa, past 70. There's only 2 par 5s, if you didn't know. The course record is 60 by Ryan Dreyer, and first club to have bent grass greens. That I did not know, and I hope that fact is correct. Borrent, the floor is yours. Having been there, tell us how are we going to win at Killarney or manage our game at Killarney?
This is probably the tightest golf course in the country, if not in the world. That's probably over-exaggerating. No, this is really a tight golf course. Really tests your short game and your approach shots. It actually tests your complete game from tee to green, approach around the green. And on top of that, this time of the year, the greens are probably lightning quick. So, just obviously managing your game from beginning to end and never giving up. I think this is really a course where it's never over. I think the scores are going to be really high. And I honestly think with it being also just 2 par 5s, it's not a long golf course at all. So I just think that it's really a course where you should, off the tee box, get yourself into play and manage it from there. If you can do that, I really think you'll be able to get yourself into the top 10, if not even if it's not going to be a win.
Donnie, give me a stretch of holes on Killarney that you need to be able to do well in. 3 holes, for instance, 10, 11, 12. If you get through that stretch, you've done well. They're not 11 and 12 is not difficult, but you need to be in the right place.
I think 11, 12, 13 maybe is probably the toughest holes on those golf course.
But even 10 as well, because if you hit your drive a little bit left, you've got that sort of overhanging tree that's in front of you, which will affect your second shot. So that's from a driving perspective, that hole's quite difficult. You need to either be a little bit further back. You can't just pull out driver. 11 and 12 for me is a very difficult hole. I think that is definitely one of the holes of the course that the guys can short side themselves so badly because it's not a driver hole. It's like if you miss it left, you go down the embankment and you can't see the green and everything, and right you've got the highway. So I think for me also it's like if the guys can go 2 points past that with that side, it's going to be a good stretch. It's like if they can do that,
Hanu?
set them up.
Hardest 9, first 9 or second 9?
Yeah, Maz, unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with Killarney. I only played there last year, like I mentioned earlier. But what I can recall is what Byron said. It's not a very long course in general. I think it's 6,092 meters according to the scorecard that I see. But it looks very like a Parkland course to me. So keep it in play and just take it on from there. That's what I'd say. But unfortunately, from a course point of view, there's really not a lot I can recall about remembering that course.
Okay,
Maz, I would just say, just from my side, I think the hardest 9 is the back 9. If you think about, you've got the 16th hole, which is that dogleg par 4 of the big trees on the right, on the left, and I think they also made that out of bounds. If you hit it a little bit more left, almost over that par 3s.
Yeah, that is correct.
So you technically can't go for that shortcut side, and then that par 3 downhill, I think that's also a little bit of a difficult one, and then the 18th. So that's actually 3 very difficult holes to finish on as well.
Now, the question I have is, we say it's a difficult golf course, but recent history doesn't really tell us that it's a difficult golf course because we've had winners on silly numbers. Will it be a case this time around, being in winter, that maybe we'll see, shall we go -2 for the win?
Yeah, I think definitely -2. To be dead honest with you, -2, -3. And I also think the guys starting on the first instead of the 10th will also have a bit of an advantage with the sun coming up straight into your eyes, playing 10, 11, and 12. So I think those guys will also have to have a look at or help the partners out to look where their tee shots go, because I think the leaves and this time of the year it's going to be tough.
And what about, let's just, touch on the last hole. What about the 9th? That is a difficult hole, that one.
Yes. That's quite a short par 5, that
But not a par 5.
Yeah, it's a tough hole. I think if you can really get away with hitting it like 180 meters down the fairway and probably leave yourself with a 200-meter shot in, and anything left short is fine. It's really just not going for the pin and really just playing it proper safely in that hole.
And don't
that hole suits your ball flight, that low draw.
Yes.
Ball
Yeah, and then for my second shot, I skip it over the water.
I was going to say, don't play it like I play it. Hit it a bit right, and then you have to kind of lay up because it's thick on the right-hand side by the trees, and then dump it into the water, because then what's the point? Honestly. Let's have a look at the field.
It's not going to happen.
Sorry, man, just one last comment that I want to say. It's like, I think it's going to come down to, from score-wise, winning score, it's going to come down to how the greens react. I think if the greens are a bit firm, I think it's going to be a little bit of a difficult day on the greens.
And we should be used to it by now. The greens, everywhere we go, the greens are tough. We should be the best putters around. But alas, here we go. First tee. 52 people will be competing. Ryan Jensen, Luke Jansen, Carl van Meulen, and Frikkie Stan will be taking the guys off at 07:28. Remember, leave a little earlier. It is the M1 highway, and we need to, hopefully, there's no incidences, so we can get there earlier. So if you come half an hour before, you can have a cup of coffee, you can have a putt, you can have a chat to the boys before we go off. I'm actually off quite early. Peter Prinsloo and Oki Brits, Matthew Page join me. So I'm off second, so I'll be back to see the guys come in and catch the winner, if it's not me. Kevin Ho, Simon Mayer, Scott Hamilton, Glenn Momberg. The boys from Golf Radar will be joining us. And then Hansi has brought his family along. Hansi Haman, Henny Haman, who is the big boss there at Reimsig, and then Victor dos Santos and Felipe dos Santos. Dorian is playing with you, Donnie, Carl Rollins and Iman Kun, so enjoy that. Carl van der Linde is joining us for a Thursday series game. Leon Duplessis, Wouter Bosenko is joining Ian Holtzhausen. Ian is great for Duckhook because he keeps bringing new people every time. Man, I've got a friend. He's coming to join us. Fantastic. Gold star. The 10th. Wayne Jensen, Lyle Langley, Leon Kruger, and Stanley Peacock was added on this morning after the player pack went out. So we've got the extra 4 ball there. Neville Kurz, Jan Fenton, Mark Borjo, Tony Borjo. So there's a singles match. Grant Gerard, Landon, and Yandre at 7:30. Another singles match is Barent. You are playing against Kunrad, Pretoria Senior. People find it very difficult to beat Kunrad, so good luck, Barent.
I'm only giving him 25 4 shots I saw.
Yeah, only.
And after Sunday, I am so positive.
It's your home track. You know how to play there. Let's quickly have a look at the pins to wrap up Killarney, par 3, 4th over the water. We have a Duckhook hole-in-one on this hole. Cornell Erasmus last year hit a hole-in-one on this hole. And this is a very difficult par 3. Don't get me wrong. Can't go left, can't go right. Have to hit it straight. Par 3, 17th is the other one that Donnie mentioned, the golf parade. And then the par 3, 18th is going to be the closest to the pin. So you really got to, you don't need a long drive. You got to thread it in there so that you can get the angle into the green so that you don't have anything in your way. If you go left, then yeah, you're dead. You're pretty much dead. Quickly, we'll go through the groups. Kunra Pretorius, myself, Ryan Jason, Kevin Owen, and Carl and Linda will be in Group A's virtual group. Group B, Donnie, you there, Ian, Hans Yaman, Scott Hamilton, and Orky Brits. So let's see who can have the bragging rights coming out of this group. Head to head, let's see how we've structured this. Dorian Ferree will be the captain of the red team. Jason Ivans will be the captain of the blue team. I'll go through the red team quickly. Kyle, Barrett, you there. Simon, you there. Andre Kotzer, Matthew Page, Wayne Jensen, Luki Janssen, Henny, and Ivan Kun. Blue team, Yaku, Kunrad Pretorius Senior, Leon Westes, and Jacques Ravenstein. You see, Jacques, listen, this is how quick I am, eh? You say, put me in the blue team, eh? And there you are. Eddie Evans, Mark Whitejoe, Cornell, Lennon Dare, DeAndre, The Toy. Okay, open time. Whew. All right, that's done. How much? Oh, we've been 43 minutes, so give us 8 minutes, and then we will get you back to your regular Wednesday evening activities. Hanu, stay with us. I see you nodding off there. But you have been reading up about the Open, so you have plenty to say. So, boys, if you have plenty to say about the Open, give us now your predictions. Get it out of the way and see who is going to, who you think is going to go win this thing. Some information that I pulled off the web. Played at St. Andrews 28 times. St. Andrews has 112 bunkers. This I didn't know. The first, 9th, 17th, and 18th hole have their own greens. All other holes have shared greens. You don't really pick this up from a television coverage, I must be honest, where you see that 14 of the holes are shared greens. How's this stat, boys? In 2000, Tiger Woods did not hit a single bunker the entire tournament. Won by 8 strokes and set the new Open Championship scoring record with 19 under par. How do you not hit? So you negotiate. Let's do quick maths here. You the accountant, Hanu. What's 112 times 4? No pressure.
112 times?
448.
No. Yeah.
448?
448.
And you do not hit a bunker. Damn. That's impressive. 156 players will be playing. Purse is $14 million. The winner takes $2.5 million. Right. If you didn't know, while we were talking about St. Andrews, this is what the scorecard looks like. Par 4, par 3, par 4, par 4, par 4, par 3, par 4. So only one par 5 on the back, right? So there's only 3 par, and then there's 3 par 5s on. Let me start again. There's 1 par 5 at the back of the 9th, and then there's 3 par 5s on the back 9. Speaking too much. All right. This is what I want to show you. This is how they have it for the favorites. So, do you agree that Rory McIlroy will be the favorite going into the Open? Xander Schauffele comes off 2 victories now, most recently last week at the Scottish Open. John Rahm, is he still number 1? No, Scotty Scheffler. Who's number 1 in the world?
Still Scotty.
Still Scotty. Well, there he is. Him, John Rahm, and Jordan Spieth at the same odds. Mats Fitzpatrick, Justin Thomas is there. Defending champion, not on this course, Colin O'Cara is 34-1. Will Zalatoris playing well. I think he could do it. I'm going to leave it to you boys. Give me a favorite here, or even 2. Starting with
$100 on Christian Besaidenout.
Well, he's not on this page. So if you had to put money on Christian Besaidenout, you would make a lot of money if he has to win.
No, definitely. Yeah, I must say, it's like the guy that's been playing very well in all the major championship lately is Will Zalatoris. So I don't know if he's going to play well there, but you almost have to put him just as a top 5 finish. But it would be so great if one of the live golfers gets the trophy this weekend.
Donnie Stirring. Let me see the spoon in your hands.
Yeah. Someone's going to knock on your door just now.
I'm going to go Louis for the win.
I'm going to get a message saying your broadcast has been taken off air because of the live golf thing. Yes. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, I saw some predictions come through, and now that my window went a bit big, so let's just make that a bit smaller again. Vanna says Rory all the way. Who else? There's a whole bunch of things. Hansi said the same thing. I hope one of the guys from Live Golf win the thing. Can you imagine? It will not be popular. John Rahm for the win, says Carl. Yes. Rory or Tiger. Just imagine Tiger does it, but I don't know. Might be
Well, we'll talk about Tiger. He's they said it's like with him practicing there, he's been practicing a lot around the greens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They say it's like he's been practicing a lot of putting as well. There's like from last week already, to basically get the pace of the long putts and everything. So I don't think he's a bad bet.
Yeah. A lot of guys going for Rory. I just keep putting them in while Donnie's speaking. Jacques going for King Louis. And
I think Spieth as well.
Yeah, he knows
I think JT and Spieth. Mas, for me, it depends on what's the weather these guys are going to get. If the wind's going to blow, then I'm going to go for one of the European guys that's more used to the conditions. If there's no wind for the weekend, if they're fortunate, and it's a wedge, like I said earlier, these guys are just going to hit in wedges to every green. Then I'll put it back to one of the guys that I know is quite good with the wedge, and that's Spieth and JT. Rory, does he have a chance? Yes. Is he used to these conditions playing the last 2 years, the majority in the States? I don't know. Does he still have the touch? Because you could see today or the last week on their YouTube channel from the range that the majority of the American guys were spending time on the range, where the European guys and guys like Tiger were spending time at the short game areas. It just looked like a different approach to this Open for me. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but that's what I picked up a lot from this week.
I heard a stat. I'm not too sure if it's at St. Andrews or the Open in total, is that the last three winners had the best putting stats of the tournament.
No, if you look at it, Colin Morikawa last year, how solid is his putting? And what a ball striker he is. And that's what I think is going to come down to. But like I said, I hope the wind blows, and I want to see some creativity. We've seen a lot of tournaments where these oaks just hit it fairway, hit it close. Yeah. I want to see a little bit of creativity, like a Duckhook approaching Pretoria Country Club. You can't just fire at the pin. You need to think to get yourself around to the flag.
Let's have a look at the winning margin.
That's what I did wrong.
Here's another interesting market. A winning margin, one stroke exactly, is almost 3-1. Playoff hole, almost 4.5-1. 2 strokes, 3 strokes, 4 strokes, 5 strokes, all the way to 8. Obviously, the more it goes, the likelihood of it not happening. So there you get 6-1. If you don't know what that means, if you put $100 down, you win 6,100. 61-1. Yeah, there we go. Top South African, Louis Oosthuizen, by far the most favourite. Chris van Besaidnout, second favourite. Dean Burmester, Dylan Fitzgerald, Justin Harding, Eric van Rooyen, Tristan Lawrence, Garrick Hugo, Sean Norris, Ernie Els, Xander Lombard, and Aldrich Potgieter. Always nice to see such a big South Africa contingency, I must say.
Yeah, I have to say, I actually hope Aldrich makes the cut. I think less than a month ago he won the RNA. Not at St. Andrews. I can't recall which course it was. So I think he's used to the conditions. If I recall, and following the Golf RSA guys on Facebook, I think they spent about 6 weeks now in the UK, and then he came back and then he went over again. So they are talking highly about him. So I would like to see him make the cut and see how far he can take it.
Donnie, give us your final word for tonight's show.
Just good luck for the guys tomorrow. Hopefully the golf is good and have golf player to win the Open.
Byron, your turn. Final word for the show.
Enjoy the golf tomorrow, guys. Go out and early. Enjoy the Open. It's my favourite event for the year. I'm going to definitely be sharing my thoughts with you guys on our social group that I can show.
There we go. Final word from me, and that's just to say, that next week there will be a show. We'll be reviewing today, Thursday, which is almost today. And then Benoni. We build up to Benoni. Not many spots left. So if you haven't booked yet, please do so. There's probably about 8 spots left. I think we're on like 81 or 82 players. So it's going to be another full day. And it's part of the qualifying cycle so that we can win a trip to Champagne and take our friends with. Then there's some more announcements coming next week. It just needs to be finalized a bit. But there's a great prize coming up that involves a lot of us. So keep tuned. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a fantastic evening. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
And
And cut.